Now, it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing USA. We're sponsored by William Hill, Wow Hydrate, and JD Sports. Now, all the action will go live around the world on DAZN, Sky Sports Box Office, and Fight TV. You know, one thing I absolutely love about the sport of boxing is just when you think you've seen everything, here comes something new. Never in the history of our sport have we seen an undercard so stacked with talent and world champions and in chief support of two fighters making their professional debuts. It's a truly unique and historic circumstance. So here to tell you all about it and introduce you to the great fighters on this card Saturday night, the man that put it together, the president of Matchroom Boxing USA, Mr. Eddie Hearn.
Thank you, David, and thanks for this huge turnout today in Los Angeles ahead of, I guess, a crazy night on Saturday night. And it's been a joy working with KSI and Logan Paul for the build-up of this fight. It's completely blown my mind. The numbers that we're seeing on the pre-subscription buys for DAZN, for Sky Sports Box Office, for Fight TV are just crazy. And we're going to embrace this, we're going to enjoy it, and for the time we're going to talk about what is some call an undercard press conference. I don't really call it that. I think every fight on this card, particularly on the TV broadcast, is a main event. Of course, two world championship fights on this card and two of the very best pound-for-pound fighters already in the world of boxing. We know that there's a whole new audience coming to this sport on Saturday night, and the aim for us is to make sure that this audience gets to see greatness, that gets to fall in love with all the things that we fell in love with this sport of boxing. And when you watch people like Billy Joe Saunders and Devin Haney, you must become instant fans. So our plan to create a huge global audience on Saturday and make sure they stick around, stay in the sport of boxing and follow all of these great fighters. Of course, our two principal broadcasters on Saturday night, DAZN in the USA and Sky Sports Box Office in the UK, both been huge supporters of ours for a long, long time. DAZN, in existence for just over 1 year, has had an incredible start to the sport of boxing. And even when you look over the last 5-6 weeks, how many Fight of the Year contenders have you seen during that period? Gennady Golovkin against Sergey Derevyanchenko, the return of Alexander Usyk to the heavyweight division. From the UK, Robbie Davis Jr. against Lewis Ritson in a Fight of the Year. From the UK as well on our card, Prograis against Taylor, unification matchup for the 140-pound division. Also today, we saw an incredible fight between Inoue and Donaire on DAZN and Sky Sports for the final of the WBS, another Fight of the Year contender, and of course, pound-for-pound #1 Canelo Alvarez in an incredible performance last week, stopping Sergey Kovalev to become a 4-weight world champion. Incredible stuff. We have this weekend, we have Monaco on November the 30th. We have Callum Smith defending his World Super Middleweight Championship and Ring Magazine belt November the 23rd in Liverpool. And who can forget December 7th, 1 month today, the biggest fight of the year, one of the biggest fights in history. Anthony Joshua rematches Andy Ruiz for the Unified Heavyweight World Championship from Saudi Arabia. It's all to come with our amazing broadcasters. And right now, I'm going to bring up the head of boxing for Sky Sports, Adam Smith, to say a few words.
Thanks. As Eddie says, I think the schedule's been absolutely incredible, so powerful at the back end of 2019. Every week now we're getting these Fight of the Year candidates. I mean, I didn't think we get better than Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis, but by all accounts the Inoue-Donaire fight that happened a few hours ago was right up there amongst it. Epic stuff, and what a wonderful opportunity for these great fighters, the young talent, the prospects coming through from America. And an amazing opportunity for Billy Joe Saunders to come over here and showcase what he can do as he defends his world title. There's big dreams for Billy Joe, fighting the likes of Canelo, of Callum Smith, of Golovkin, but he's got business to take care of on Saturday and a tough challenger. And we're really looking forward to seeing Devin Haney. We're big fans of Devin. I first saw him, I think, when he was 12 or 13 in the Mayweather gym, and they were talking about him as though he was going to become the next Floyd. It's a long, long journey. It's a long way to go, but we're going to watch with progress. I think it's It's a fantastic signing for Matchroom Boxing. Really excited about Devin defending his title against an unbeaten fighter who's got a massive opportunity to strike on this wonderful event. We've got a big team here. We're embracing it. It's something different Saturday night, and I ensure all of you out there to embrace it too, because it's changing times in the boxing world, and this is a wonderful opportunity for the young generation to see what boxing is all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. You've been around boxing for many years. Your, I guess, counter-colleague from DAZN hasn't been, but his impact in sport over the last 1 year has been a very, very important one. He's learning every day about the pain in the backside of this sport of boxing, the politics, the sulking online and everything you have to put up with. But what he has done is put together an incredible schedule over the last year. And if you are an American fight fan, if you don't have DAZN, as we say in the UK, you are a right plonker. Because you are continuously paying $80, $85 for pay-per-view boxing. For $99 you get an annual subscription to DAZN. And look at what you would have just seen in the last 5 or 6 weeks. Last week, Canelo against Kovalev is $85, $90 on any platform. That almost gives you your entire year's subscription. All the fighters that we talked about, Devin Haney, Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, Alexander Usyk, Demetrius Andrade, Danny Jacobs, Canelo Alvarez. It's just non-stop action on DAZN. And this man has put together a great product over the last year, and it's just the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, from DAZN, Joe Markowski.
Thank you, Eddie. It's always nice going after yourself and Adam. I run out of things to say. But listen, fresh off a fantastic weekend for the DAZN business and our partners at Golden Boy with Canelo's spectacular knockout in Las Vegas. It's great to be straight back into a massive fight week and a truly unique fight week. All the fighters on this stage have a unique opportunity this weekend to introduce themselves to what we firmly believe will be an absolutely massive audience on both sides of the pond and globally. The numbers we're seeing are phenomenal. The social numbers, the early subscription buys as well. So a huge opportunity for this roster of fighters to introduce themselves to the next generation of sports fans, the next generation, we hope, of boxing fans. In particular, thanks to Devin and to Billy Joe. You are standout headliners in your own right, and we really appreciate you seeing the vision we have and the plan we have to continue growing the sport of boxing and the significance that this event has in that plan. So, as Eddie says, don't be a plonker. Download DAZN and enjoy a spectacular night of fights on Saturday night. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Joe. We're going to hear from some of that younger generation coming through right now, and I think one of the most important things and one of the most enjoyable things about being in this sport is bringing through new talent, young talent, and the talent that we have on both sides of the Atlantic is incredible. And we have 4 of those here today, unbeaten young fighters, great amateurs who have turned professional, and big opportunity for them on Saturday night, not just to put in great performances, but to capture a new audience as well. I didn't know he was going to make it. He's just arrived here today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome up to the stage to say a few words, Alexis Espino.
Hello, everybody. I was running a little late, as you can. I'm very blessed to be here with everybody. So much good talent. Being able to fight under Devin Haney, Billy Joe Saunders, and especially, KSI and Logan Paul, because they're so famous, I had a great training camp at RGBA. I'm very excited. And I think this time I'm going to look different. I think other times I've been starting off really slow. And I got something to show better this Saturday. Thank you.
A young man that's been lighting up the scene so far, coming off a shoulder injury, returned to winning ways in Chicago recently. A big round of applause, please, for Reshat Mati.
Hey guys, how you guys doing? Big shout out to DAZN, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, and Sky Sports for giving me the opportunity to showcase my talent. Shout out to my mom, my dad, Sosa, everybody in my training camp. Training camp went well, and I'm just getting ready to put on a good show Saturday. Thank you guys.
Thanks, you two. And a young man from Los Angeles who I believe is an unquestionable future world champion. Still so young, huge at the weight, improving every single day. We'll have huge support at the Staples Center on Saturday night. I believe he'll actually be filling the Staples Center one day as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Diego Pacheco.
Good afternoon, everybody. For those who don't know me, my name is Diego Pacheco. I'm from LA. I'm 18 years old, and I'm currently 6-0 as a professional. It's always been a dream for me to fight at the biggest stage in my city, which is the Staples Center in downtown LA. So I'm really blessed. I'm happy and excited to perform this Saturday. So everybody tune in and expect a great show from all of us here on this stage. Thank you.
Thanks, Diego. And a guy that can definitely get mistaken for a cross between Logan Paul and the guy out of Karate Kid, can't remember his name, is Nikita Ababi, someone that is already lit up DAZN since he turned pro earlier this year. One of the most exciting young prospects that I've seen in boxing, extremely heavy-handed and perfect for this kind of show. I believe this guy can be a real crossover star. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brooklyn, Nikita Ababi.
Hello. First of all, thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Matchroom, DAZN, for giving me such a platform and an opportunity to fight in this undercard, this amazing undercard. But Eddie knows I'm not much of a talker. I get nervous talking in front of big people. But I know 100% that if I look good, if I look great in the ring, and if I do what I have to do, like what I always do, I know a lot of things could change in my life. So me knowing that, I know that I'm come out explosive in the ring, spectacular, everything. And you will see fireworks this Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikita. When we talk about the world of social media and the world of boxing, this young man incorporates both. Already a successful MMA fighter with a huge following. I'm not sure how he does MMA looking like he does, but it's a big pleasure to add this young man to the card on Saturday night with huge support from that YouTube community. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Bruckner.
Thank you, Eddie. Yeah, I just want to thank DAZN for having me on this card. It's a huge opportunity. I didn't even know I was fighting until Monday because I had some other YouTubers actually back out. So I was supposed to fight Faye Sensei, and then he backed out on the card because none of the YouTubers want to fight a real fighter. So here I am, and I'm going to be fighting another pro MMA fighter, and this is going to be both of our boxing debuts. And I'm super excited to put on a show for the boxing community and show that also you can do YouTube and be a professional athlete at the same time. So excited to put on a show.
Thank you, Josh. One fight that's gone under the radar so far because of all the action is Ronnie Rios against Hugo Berrio. Ronnie Rios is never, ever in a bad fight. We want to thank Golden Boy for adding this fight to the card on Saturday night. Please welcome up, firstly, one half of that fight, Hugo Berrio.
Bueno, primero que todo, buenas tardes. Dándole las gracias a Dios por tenerme aquí, a Golden Boy y a Sergio Chan, por brindarme esta gran oportunidad de estar en esta gran velada. El día 9, Ronnie Rios va a tener un gran problema sobre el ring. Vengo por una victoria.
Problems for Ronnie Rios in the ring on November 9th, so get ready. Thank you.
Thank you. That seemed a lot shorter than what he said, but I believe you. I believe you. You can say whatever you want. You could jazz it up a little bit. You could say that he said something about, I don't know, his family or something. I don't know, make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, the other part of that card, I've seen this young man fight live before. So exciting to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, Ronnie Rios.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for putting me on this big stage and on this great card. And second of all, I want to thank Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn for giving me a second opportunity this year to be on the card. But most importantly, I want to thank Golden Boy for always coming through for my team and myself and always confiding in us and giving us another opportunity. But outside of that, I would like to thank Hector Lopez for putting up with me for 8 to 10 weeks of camp. Some people don't know what camp is, and when your fighter's showing up 6 days a week to your house to train and you're not turning them away, that means a lot to me, and you've never given up on me. Thanks, Hector. And just want to say to all the fighters, just keep it safe out there with all these injuries, but at the same time, let's give the fight fans a good fight.
Thank you, Ronnie. We move on now to the 2 World Championship fights on the card. Firstly, Billy Joe Saunders against the unbeaten Marcelo Caceres. This is a great fight, great opportunity for Billy Joe Saunders to make his US debut. It's long overdue. And we want to thank Mario Margosian for helping us make this fight with Caceres. We want to thank the WBO as well, the president Paco Valcazar, for all his help in putting this fight together. And also Billy Joe Saunders making the first defence of his WBO Super Middleweight World Championship after already winning the WBO Middleweight World Championship. If you haven't seen Billy Joe Saunders fight, this is a real gift to see. This guy is, I believe, one of the most naturally talented fighters to ever come out of the UK, and he sits now on the verge of all the mega fights in boxing. Everybody looks at Canelo Alvarez as the main guy to beat, and we're lucky enough at Matchroom and DAZN to have 5 guys that are queuing up to fight him. Gennady Golovkin, Demetrius Andrade, Demetrius Bivol, Callum Smith, and of course Billy Joe Saunders. I believe Billy Joe Saunders is a real dark horse to fight Canelo Alvarez on Cinco de Mayo, and I know that it's a challenge that he would love to take. I believe that he has the ability to be a pound for pound great in the sport, but first he must overcome a fight that he's expected to win, but one that won't come easy on Saturday night against a very good undefeated challenger in Marcelo Caceres. So the first half of that, ladies and gentlemen, from Argentina, Marcelo Caceres.
Hola, muy buenas tardes. Bueno, primero que nada quiero agradecer a los promotores que hoy hicieron posible que esté en donde estoy. Y también agradecerle a Sander por la oportunidad que me da para pelear por este título mundial, ¿no? Y bueno, vine a ganarme mi lugar acá en los Estados Unidos y bueno, voy por todo, por mis hijos, por el estudio, por la comida. Vine a ganar y a llevarme el título. Gracias.
Thanks, Saunders, for the opportunity to fight him for this world title. I came to win in the U.S., going for everything, for my kids, their studies and their food, and to win and take this home. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcelo. And as I said, one of the great talents from world boxing. It's his first fight in America. It's his first fight on DAZN, and I'm delighted that it's his first fight with Matchroom Boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning world super middleweight champion, Billy Joe Saunders.
We're going, people. I'll tell you what, Eddie Hearn can talk. So, just first of all, I want to say a big thank you to everyone coming out. You know, thank God for our health and strength. But, you know, I need to showcase some skills here in America. No one really knows me here, but you will do art Saturday night. Big thank you to my management, MTK, and obviously my full team. But, you know, no disrespect to my opponent. I'm here to put a showcase on to, you know, show how levels are made. I'm at Canelo, Golovkin, all the big names. They've been hiding a long time now, so I'm 2-weight world champion. And I'm really hoping to put on a good performance in front of the American crowd. Thanks to DAZN and obviously Matchroom Boxing. I hope you enjoy your night. Some good fights, some super talent on the card, and a couple of YouTubers. God bless you all.
Thanks, Billy. The final World Championship fight on the card, Alfredo Santiago against Devin Haney. Again, when I talk of him the same way I talk about Billy Joe Saunders, you have to do exactly the same thing for Devin Haney, a man who is much younger, much more inexperienced, about 20 years of age. And I won't be able to say that for much longer because 21 coming up in November, but 20 years of age, just one of the most incredible talents I've ever seen, even at this age. It is a joy to work with him and his dad, Bill Haney, I think, here, and Devin Haney Promotions. These guys have a great vision, but most importantly, they will fight anyone. And I get questions from the media, you know, today about the World Championship, the Franchise Championship. Let me just tell you a story. When Devin Haney had 3 regional belts with the WBC, the WBO and the WBA, I asked him and Bill what they wanted to do. They said, we want Lomachenko. So we want to chase him down with the WBC. He did everything that was asked of him to chase down Lomachenko. And when they ordered a final eliminator against Abdullaev, he went and he schooled him at Madison Square Garden to become the mandatory for Lomachenko. They then decided that Devin Haney can't touch Lomachenko, so we're going to make him a franchise champion, making Devin Haney world champion. We're delighted that he's world champion, and he's earned that right through chasing the very, very best. But I would like to say one thing. Vasily Lomachenko is a great, great champion, and his dream is to be undisputed. You cannot be undisputed champion as the franchise champion, and other governing bodies will not acknowledge that as a unification matchup. If Vasily Lomachenko wants to be the undisputed world champion, he has to fight Devin Haney. Devin's got to get through Saturday night, but in 2020 you will see this young man in all the major marquee fights in boxing. He's going to be around for a long, long time. He's going to be a multi-weight world champion, and I believe he is the next superstar of American boxing. So no pressure on Saturday. On Saturday night, who's looking to completely ruin all those dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger for the WBC World Lightweight Championship, Alfredo Santiago.
Bueno, primeramente darle las gracias a Dios por darme la oportunidad de estar aquí. A mi equipo de trabajo, que ha hecho un excelente trabajo conmigo. A mi promotor, Juan Orengo, por confiar en mí. Y nada, ansioso de que llegue el sábado, para que el mundo sepa quién es Alfredo Santiago. Gracias.
On Saturday night, everyone's going to know the name Alfredo Santiago. Thank you.
And finally, as I said, one of the biggest stars now in American boxing, future US superstar, undefeated WBC World Lightweight Champion, Devin "The Dream" Haney.
First off, I want to thank God, my team, my dad, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, DAZN, all the media that came out today. You know, this fight I'm going into it with a chip on my shoulder. You know, I feel like, you know, the world, the boxing fans isn't acknowledging me as, you know, the WBC world champion. So come Saturday night, I will show them. You know, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna put on a great performance, and if he can weather the storm, the boxing fans get a chance to see, you know, everything that Devin Haney is made of. If he can't, then it'll be a early night. So tune in Saturday night. I'm gonna put on a great performance. And I started to leave my belt in the car. I didn't want to breathe it on my belt, but they brought it to me. So just tune in Saturday night. I will show the world I'm one of the best fighters in the world.
Thank you, fighters, for your patience. We're going to break now for additional media, and we're going to have head-to-heads with Hugo Berrio, Ronnie Rios, Devin Haney, and Santiago, and Billy Joe Saunders against Caceres. Thank you all very much. You'll see these great fighters on the card at Staples Center on Saturday night, live and exclusive on DAZN. Thank you very much.